McMillan, the rookie, gives away a lot of height and weight to one of the strongest wide receivers in Art Monk.
Now it is Brian Mitchell, deep, standing at the 2-yard line. Desmond Howard to his left. 5 yards further upfield. To his right, Ricky Irvins. Ruzick approaches the ball. The game is underway. It is high, end over end. Taken by Mitchell at the 3, out across the 5, the 10, on his feet at the 15, breaks loose at the 20, at the 25, 30, at the 35, and finally all the way up to the 47-yard line comes Brian Mitchell. Heath Sherman and Izell Jenkins track him down, but not the kind of start the Eagles were looking for. 46-yard return.
Very good blocking on the part of the Redskins. They timed it just right to hit the wedge, and they were picking off Eagles as they were going.
Redskins with their 3 wide receivers. Single setback, Ernest Biner. The line of scrimmage, the 46. Clark in motion. Now Middleton flip-flops to the right side. Sanders comes out in motion. On first down, it's a give to Biner, and he gets very little. Maybe 2 yards as he is stacked up at the 48-yard line. Eagles defense led by Clyde Simmons and Andy Harmon. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Mark Rippon is currently ranked last in the NFC in passing. He's got a 71% rating, and he has thrown 15 interceptions this year.
It has not been anything like the year he had in 1991. 2nd down and 8 for the Redskins. The ball about 1.5 yards shy of midfield. They start out in the eye. They put Terry Orr, the H-back, there principally as a blocker. Now they put Orr in motion. On 2nd down again, it goes to Biner, tries to get outside. He can't. He is stopped in his tracks by Rich Miano. Rich Miano slashed through and dropped them at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long for the Redskins.
Passing.
The Eagles have 48 sacks this season. They'd like to make it 49 right here. 3rd and 7. The line of scrimmage, the 49. In motion, Sanders from right to left. Rippon to throw for the first time. Over the middle, completes the pass, but shy of a first down is Ricky Sanders. And the Redskins will have to punt. He picks up yardage to about the Eagles' 46-yard line, but Byron Evans is there along with John Booty, and the Redskins will have to punt.
Sanders coming across in traffic. That's a play that always hurts the Eagles because the defensive back has trouble staying up with Sanders as he picks his way through the traffic downfield. But Byron Evans got back and made the tackle.
Seth Joyner right there, too, to hug him. Deep man for the Eagles, Sikahema. Kelly Goodburn standing back at his own 40. Here is the punt. It's a wobbler. Sikahema takes it on the run, moves to his right, but can get no further than the 21-yard line. So the Eagles will take over at their own 21-yard line. 20's coverage unit was downfield, and Sikahema didn't have room for much of a return. So the Eagles take over 1st and 10. The ball at their own 21-yard line, moving right to left. The lights on here at Veterans Stadium.
Eagles running game is averaging 4.5 yards per carry. That's what they want to establish in today's ball game.
Slot to the near side, the back standing side by side. On first down, the give goes to Heath Sherman, breaks the tackle, comes to the 25, and is rolled down up at the 27-yard line. Heath Sherman broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage, slipped away from Tim Johnson. Finally brought down by A.J. Johnson.
The ball 18 times because they fell behind.
Herschel Walker only carried 7 times in that game for a total of 8 yards. This time, 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles at their own 27. The backs in the eye. The give goes to Walker up the middle for a couple, and then he is dragged back all the way back to the 26-yard line, but his forward progress will take him up to about the 28 or 29. Let's see where they spot the football. No, they're going to spot it back at the 26.
Okay, Third down passing situation. Richie Pettibone, the defensive coordinator of the Redskins. One thing he will not do is blitz Randall Cunningham. There's a whole counterpuncher theory about that. And if you blitz Randall Cunningham, you're playing into his hands, and then he just works off the blitz and makes something happen. They'll rush very control and drop back 7.
3rd and 4. No shotgun. Slot to the far side. Calvin Williams in motion from right to left. Cunningham back over the middle, and it is complete for a first down to Keith Byers. Byers makes the reception as Randall gunned it in there up at the 34-yard line, getting it by Monty Coleman. And the Eagles pick up their initial first down.
Nice secure pass. Keith Byers works downfield inside the linebackers. Finds the opening in the seam between Wilbur Marshall and Govea. Randall delivers it. Nice high percentage completion pass. But the running play by Heath Sherman sets you up to allow for that 5-6 yard completion.
We are 4.5 minutes into the first quarter, no score. Eagles on their first drive, 1st and 10. The ball at their own 34. Backs again side by side. Cunningham gives to Walker, tries to get outside, comes across the 35 up to the 40. Herschel Walker out of bounds at the 41 with a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards. Andre Collins and Kurt Govea make the stop, but Herschel Walker turned the corner successfully. To the back side by side, and Cunningham back. Cunningham has his pass deflected, incomplete. It was knocked down by Charles Mann coming in from the left side, and Mann didn't just touch it with his fingertips. He had his whole palm, or was it? It was Wilbur Marshall this time coming in on the left side. He had his whole palm on the ball, not just the fingertips.
Wilbur Marshall's coming on the blitz, and he gets on the. It looks like Brian Baldinger didn't quite knock him down. You got to hit that linebacker so he can't get his hands up.
It'll be 3rd down and 3. Cunningham in the shotgun for the first time. Shotgun, double wing, ball at the Eagles 41. Cunningham takes the snap. He's back, he's looking, he fires, and he completes it to Calvin Williams across midfield for a first down. Calvin Williams takes the Cunningham pass at the Redskins 49. He's hit immediately by A.J. Johnson and Brad Edwards, but that picks up 10 yards and a first down.
Richie Pettibone's going to have to come out of the zone. He's zoning up on Randall Cunningham. One thing they say is Randall has trouble throwing against the zone, but he's made 2 nice completions to pick up first downs.
He held that ball to the last possible instant. 1st and 10. The Eagles just into Redskins territory. No score in the game. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Slot to the near side of the field on first down. Cunningham goes into a long count. He's back to throw. He fires an out pattern. Leaping reception by Barnett, who drops it. He had it, and as he came down, the ball came loose. He was covered on the play by Darrell Green. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Out in Green Bay, the Rams have taken a 7-0 lead over the Packers. That's in the first quarter. The Rams are beating the Packers 7-0.
2nd down and 10. That was a well-thrown ball by Cunningham. Fred Barnett just didn't hold on. Would have picked up about 5 yards. This time the slot to the far side, the back side by side. 8:54 to go in the first quarter. Now Byers comes wide as a receiver to the near side. Byers lonesome. On 2nd down and 10, just across midfield, Cunningham pitches to Sherman, cuts back, and has he ever hit hard as he comes to the Redskins 48. Kurt Govea came up and went low on Heath Sherman, dropped them right in his tracks. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Jason Buck is slow getting up for Washington. Redskins trainers come on the field.
What usually happens when it's a toss play and it goes wide, somebody probably clipped them from behind in the legal clipping zone.
There is a timeout on the field. No score in the game on the Eagles Football Network. Cunningham will go to the shotgun. 3 receivers. Randall is flanked at both sides. In motion, Williams. Cunningham fakes, swings it out, has Byers. Byers at the 50, penalty flag down as Byers has run out of bounds. And there's going to be, I think, roughing against the Redskins as Cunningham is slow getting up. Let's see.
Randall Cunningham threw the pass and Wilbur Marshall hit him. I think they're going to get him for unnecessary roughness or a shot to the head. I don't think it was a late hit as much as Wilbur Marshall that could have pulled off, and he didn't, and he took a shot at Randall Cunningham. Now there's a flag down.
Number 89 of the offense, personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 58 of the defense, penalties offset, third down.
They would have got 15 yards. I didn't see where the penalty was downfield against Calvin Williams. They had the helmet. You saw it was the cheap shot. Yep. It wasn't a late hit.
No, but he speared him in the back with the helmet.
He put his helmet down. That's what got the call. It was a good if he could have pushed it because the ball was just out of his hands. But when he nailed him with the helmet, Calvin Williams was called on the Eagles infraction, so they offset.
Here we go again from the same spot on the field. The Redskins 48.5. Again, 3 wide receivers. Slot to the far side. Cunningham in the shotgun. Byers goes in motion to the near side or Cunningham's left. Cunningham takes the snap under a rush. Fires to Byers. And Byers spins close to a first down. We'll see if he has it. We'll see where they spot the football. Byers can't believe it. They're going to spot it just outside the first down marker. Brad Edwards made the stop, and the Eagles will have a decision to make.
The Eagles, Randall Cunningham catches the Redskins adjusting to the motion, and they couldn't get Danny Copeland up fast enough to make the hit on Byers, but they just come short. Kotite's going for it on 4th.
4.5 yards. And the Eagles players along the sideline are trying to quiet the crowd. Everybody in tight. The backs in the eye. They need about a half yard right here. Cunningham to Walker, steps over a man and doesn't get it. Good penetration by the Redskins. They were up at the line of scrimmage. Herschel stepped over one man in the backfield and came down flat on the 40 and missed it by the full half yard.
I hate running sideways in short yardage. You run straight ahead.
Timeout on the field. No score in the game on the Eagles Football Network. 10 Redskins. Slot to the near side. Rippon wants to throw. He looks right. Now he's going deep down the right side of the field. It's incomplete. Broken up. Mark McMillan covering Gary Clark. The ball took a long time to get there, and the Redskins have a 2nd down and 10 at their own 40. Stan, this is going to be the ultimate test for Mark McMillan against these receivers.
Definitely. I want to see the matchup that if they line up Monk against Mark McMillan and just throw the quick hitch, see if McMillan can come up and make the tackle.
2nd down and 10. 3 receivers. Now Ron Middleton, the tight end, splits as they go to a double wing. Single setback. On 2nd down, the handoff goes to Biner. Running room up to midfield he goes. He's close to a first down. They gave it the passing look with the double wing and went to Ernest Biner, who came up the middle, and he is within a half yard of a first down. John Booty made the stop. Going to bring in the chains. Looks like he missed it by about a half a foot. 7:07 to go here in the first quarter. No score in the game. Snapple's all natural beverages are a big hit with any sports fan. So why not pick up an ice cold all natural Snapple soda, iced tea, juice, or juice drink today. Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. They say he has it. Wing to the near side. Ron Middleton in motion. Slot to the far side. Now Clark to the near side of the field. 1st and 10. Again, it goes to Biner going to the outside. Breaks a tackle, then another across the 40 at the 35 and chased out of bounds at the Eagles' 34-yard line. He broke away from Byron Evans and then had virtually clear sailing for another 8 or 9 yards and picked up a total of 11 as the Redskins have a 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 34-yard line.
A little quick draw. Not really much of a pass fake on it, but Rippon takes the snap and goes back and hands the ball off to Biner. And he just picks his way through. As Merrill mentioned, Byron Evans should have made the tackle 2 yards.
This time they start out in the eye with Terry Orr, the up back. They split. 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 34. Again, it goes to Biner, and Biner is going to be thrown for a loss by a hard-charging Clyde Simmons. Clyde got him back at the 38-yard line. Clyde Simmons was ready for that one, and that play will lose about 3 yards. They spot it. at the Eagles' 37-yard line. 5:48 to go. No score in the first quarter. Redskins on offense, moving left to right. Second down and about 14. Ricky Sanders in motion from right to left. On second down, Rippon's back. Gives ground. Fires the pass. Incomplete. Looked for Biner. Threw it over his head. The Redskins have a third down and 14. Wanted to screen to Biner and just threw it over his head.
Clyde Simmons coming up the field, working against Jim Lachey, puts his hands up in the ball. That makes the ball go up. Also, I think Byron Evans read the screen, so he was right out there in the middle of the screen. Rippon saw that, so he couldn't really, he had to throw the ball high and away.
Stan, in the last 57 games, Lachey has only given up 2 sacks. As a former left tackle, you can appreciate that. Third down and 14 for the Redskins. Line of scrimmage, the Eagles 37. Sanders in motion. Rippon back. Has time. Now he doesn't. Fires pass. Dropped. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Ricky Irvin. Didn't hold on. And the Redskins are going to try a long... No, they're going to punt. They're going to punt as Kelly Goodburn comes on the field.
Watch your far. You're at that break point. The Eagles are leaving their defense on the field. Larry Pasquale thinking along.
Sikahema standing back at the 10-yard line. 4th and 14. No score in the game. 5:21 to go here in a scoreless first quarter. And Goodburn is punting. High punt. Fair catch signaled for, and Sikahema lets it bounce, and it will roll, and it will be down at the 1-yard line.
Sikahema was standing at the 10-yard line. He was going to make the fair catch, but once the ball went over the 10, he let it bounce at the 8 and it rolled down, and the Redskins had gotten behind it. Kind of a tough play for Sikahema. Would have liked to seen it, but that's a good second guess there to say, why'd you let it bounce? But that's the...
5:09 remaining here in the first quarter. No score on the game. And the Eagles about as deep as you can be in your own territory. 1st and 10, the ball at their own 1-yard line. Single setback is Herschel Walker, and play action. Cunningham is back. He's going deep. He wants Barnett and leaps and doesn't have it at midfield. Cunningham faked to Herschel Walker and tried for a 99-yard play, but Fred Barnett went up. He was well covered. Darrell Green with him, and he leaped and did not come down with the football. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 1.
Like the call, but wonder why go against Darrell Green, the all-pro defensive cornerback. Why not go on the other side against A.J. Johnson? I like the call. I like the idea of going deep down here. Joe Gibbs used to do that a lot with Joe Theismann.
2nd down and 10. Double tight end. The ball remains at the 1-yard line. Cunningham this time does give it out to Herschel Walker, who picks up about 2, maybe 2.5. Pile of people up inside the 5-yard line. Andre Collins there, Charles Mann, Kurt Govea, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8. 3rd down and close to, well, more like 7.5. 4:41 to go here in the first quarter. No score in the game. A playoff spot on the line this afternoon. They stay with the double tight end. Only Herschel Walker in the backfield. Barnett split to the far side. Cunningham's right. Cunningham out to Herschel Walker, who comes only as far as the 6-yard line and then is thrown back. Govea and Wilbur Marshall waiting for Herschel, and Jeff Fiegels is going to have to punt from his own end zone. Herschel picked up about 3, and Fiegels will stand 9 yards deep.
And now the field position has slowly edged in favor of the Redskins. They're going to get the ball inside Eagles territory.
They put back Mitchell and Desmond Howard. Here's Fiegels' punt. It's high, not deep. Mitchell looks up, takes it, starts to his right, and then is edged out of bounds at the Eagles' 45-yard line. So not the longest punt by Jeff Fiegels, but good hang time. 1-yard punt by Jeff Fiegels, a pretty good punt, and had plenty of hang time. It wasn't one of his real boomers, but the Redskins move it to the Eagles' 45-yard line, and they go with a slot to the far side. Rippon 1 for 4 throwing the football. Back to throw on first down. He steps up. He lets it go, and it's complete as he has Sanders at the 25-yard line. Ricky Sanders makes the catch at about the 28 and takes it to the 25, where Miano makes the stop on a well-thrown ball by Rippon.
Okay, couple scores. Buffalo and New Orleans all tied at 3 apiece in the first quarter. Cleveland's beating Houston 7-0. Phoenix over Indianapolis 7-0. And out in Green Bay, the Rams hold on to a 7-0 lead over the Packers.
1st and 10 Redskins. Moving left to right. Ball at the Eagles' 25. Double wing this time. Biner, the single setback, takes the handoff, starts to the outside, and he gets very little. He dives forward, came across the 25, dove down to about the 23-yard line, ends up picking up about 3 or 4 yards. Eagles looked like they had him hemmed in, and then he kind of burst forward and dove. They'll spot it at the 21, so not a bad gain for Biner.
Mark McMillan tried to come up and cut his legs out from underneath him, so he just drove over.
Biner with 6 carries for 30 yards.
McMillan's got to make those tackles. You can't let the guy pick up 4 yards when you got him in your sights.
2nd down and 6. Slot to the far side. Gary Clark to the near side. Single setback is Biner. On 2nd down, the handoff again goes to Biner, and Biner plows across the 20 down to about the 18, where the Redskins will have a 3rd down and approximately 3. Tommy Jeter in on that play to make the stop along with Rich Miano. And Washington has a 3rd down and 3. The football spotted at the Eagles' 18 and certainly well within the field goal range of Chip Lohmiller. 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. No score in the game, but the Redskins threatening. Eagles pull William Thomas. They insert Otis Smith as a 5th defensive back. 3rd and 3. Sanders in motion. Rippon is back. He's setting up. He's pumping. He's firing, and the pass is complete to Gary Clark for a 1st down at the 11. Otis Smith came up late to make the stop on Gary Clark, and Rippon did a good job again of delivering.
Rippon's looking downfield. The Eagles do a good job in their initial coverage, and he tries to find somebody. Clark comes back to the ball, and that's what makes the completion, because Otis Smith is coming back. But Clark comes back, and Smith can't cover the ground, and they pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Redskins at the Eagles' 11-yard line. Last minute of play here in the first quarter. No score. Receivers split. Biner the single setback. In motion, Terrior. Play action. Rippon rolling. Still rolling. Fires against the grain. Weakly incomplete. Came down at the goal line as Mark McMillan was charging up and diving in an attempt for an interception. Rippon really threw that one unwisely.
Yeah, that's an interception ball. You throw it back like that, as weak as it was, throwing back. That's why he's got a lot of interceptions.
2nd and 10 Redskins. The ball remains at the 11. McMillan really dove. Came up about a yard shy of that football. Again, the Eagles with 5 defensive backs. 2nd and 10 Washington. The ball at the Eagles' 11. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers. Slot to the near side. Rippon rolling again. A little shovel pass. It goes to Biner. Penalty flag down as Biner is tackled at the Eagles' 4-yard line. It was a little shovel pass.
Illegal man downfield. They're going to get the Redskins for an illegal man downfield.
You're right. You picked it up again.
Yeah, they were pulling the guard. You don't usually get that call. If you're in RFK Stadium, you won't get that call, but you'll get that call at the vet. They were running it.
Eligible receiver, number 76, downfield on the offense. Still 2nd down.
And they back this one up to the 21-yard line. And the Redskins will have a 2nd down and 20. Now, sometimes this aids the quarterback by giving him a little more field to operate in.
That's true in this situation.
23
you
seconds.
hate to give up 10 yards when you're down that close.
Sure.
Too.
20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the crowd picks it up. 2nd and 20 for the Redskins at the 21. Ripping back over the middle, completes it to Sanders, and he's tackled just inside the 20. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. There it is, end of the first quarter. No score in the game on the Eagles Football Network. It was 4 for 8 for 37 yards. Time for a 7-Eleven coffee break. Fresh ground, fresh brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Eagles players asking the crowd for their help as they raise their arms.
You got McMillan lined up against Monk on the far side, Merrill.
A difference of about 6 inches. Third down and 16. Rippon is back. He's setting up. He's looking. He throws it and completes it to Middleton, but outside the 10-yard line, and he is flattened. As a last-ditch effort, he got it over to Ron Middleton, the tight end, but he got only as far as the 12-yard line, actually outside the original line of scrimmage. So Lohmiller will come in for a field goal attempt.
Mike Flores was putting the pressure on Rippon, which he was starting to look for the little dump-off pass, because Flores does a good job of putting the pressure coming from behind on Rippon. So he had to throw the little dump-off rather than looking in the end zone.
Here is Lohmiller for a 30-yard field goal attempt. The ball is spotted, the kick away, and the kick is good, and the Redskins take the lead. Chip Lohmiller, by the way, has now connected on 9 straight field goals. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Washington 3, the Eagles nothing on the Washington. Here's Lohmiller to kick off. High, end over end, coming down to Jeff Seidner, 2 yards deep. He's coming out. Across the 5, the 10, the 15. Seidner up to the 20, and just about as he is hit as he gets to the 21 by Alvoid Mays.
The Eagles have kind of mixed it up on offense. They've run the ball 7 times and passed it for 6 times. 13 plays for 45 yards, which is a 3.5 yard per play average. Not good enough.
Eagles moving left to right.
That's where they started losing the field position battle in the first quarter.
Cunningham is 3 for 6 throwing the football. Splits his receivers. Byers, a wing to the far side. The backs start out in the eye. Byers comes in motion. Cunningham hands off to Walker. Breaks a tackle. Then another. Plowing forward. Picks up about 11. Herschel Walker with some good hard-nosed running. Got a block. And then finally was brought down by Brad Edwards. But they will spot this one up across the 32. Up to about, let's see where they spot it, the 34-yard line, so 14 yards for Herschel Walker right there. Good hole. This time the back split. Eagles trail 3-0. We've played 1.5 minutes in the second quarter. 1st and 10. Cunningham wants to throw. He's back. He's looking. He's escaped. He's rolling. He fires and completes it to Byers up at the 38-yard line. I don't know how Cunningham wasn't sacked. He was surrounded. Then he lowered his shoulder and dipped out of it, and then got the ball to Byers. A short gain, but nevertheless a gain.
I don't know how Byers made the catch. He's got Danny Copeland, the strong safety, hanging all over him. And Byers comes up with a good catch. I thought he was going to knock it down. I think Byers caught that with one hand because he had Copeland hanging on him.
Jason Buck almost had Cunningham, but he managed to get away. It'll be 2nd down and 11. This time the backs are deployed in the eye. Redskins jumping around on defense. Line of scrimmage, the Eagles 37. On 2nd down, the handoff goes to Herschel Walker, and he is caught at the line of scrimmage. And then thrown back. Danny Copeland there. First hit, Charles Mann there. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So the Redskins waiting that time. They were not the least bit surprised. And the Eagles have a 3rd and long. Cunningham is 4 for 7 throwing the football.
Redskins don't like to put a fast rush on Randall Cunningham. They just like their 4 men to work up the field. Very contained, slow, steady pressure, and slowly they collapse the pocket, not let Cunningham have a breakout.
Shotgun, fires in motion. 3rd and 7 from the 37. Cunningham back. He's looking. He's floating it. He has Barnett, who makes the catch and is tackled at the Redskins 30. Cunningham floated it for Fred Barnett, who ran under the rainbow and put it at the Redskins 30. A big pickup for a first down, a 33-yard gain.
Fred Barnett runs a little post corner pattern, Z in and then back out, and he puts a move on Darrell Green. Darrell Green is behind him. Randall puts a lot of air under the ball, which slows up Fred Barnett from making the catch. From catching it in stride, Darrell Green makes the tackle.
And Stan, how about the pass protection?
Good pass protection. Good call on
first and 10. Eagles at the Redskins 30. Fires a wing. Receivers split. Back side by side. 3-0 Washington. We're early in the second quarter. Cunningham fakes. He's back. He loops it to Sherman at the 25. Goes outside along the sideline. Pushed out of bounds at the Redskins 21. Cunningham again with beautiful faking inside, and then a little pass screened over to Heath Sherman, who took it for about 9 yards.
Like the call in that you pick up a big 33. Everybody's thinking run. The Eagles are conservative under Rich Kotite, so he fakes the little handoff to Herschel Walker, runs Heath Sherman through the backfield, and he just comes out. Heath Sherman gets lost behind a big offensive lineman. Redskins can't find him to cover him.
Second down and a yard. This time the back's in the eye. Receivers split. Barnett left. Calvin Williams right. Cunningham on a quick opener to Heath Sherman. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Heath Sherman. But there's a penalty flag.
2 of them. You've got 2 penalty flags.
Face mask on the Redskins. It's a touchdown. It'll stand. And Heath Sherman showing magnificent balance. Magnificent balance by Heath Sherman. And the Eagles take the lead.
Heath Sherman slashed through that hole. He hit the hole as fast as any Eagle running back has hit the hole with the slashing run.
Now, wait a minute.
5-yard face mask. Number 28 of the defense. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Yeah, you got to make the official call.
This touchdown was brought to you by Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems. Bell Atlantic Mobile Systems will donate $200 to the American Cancer Society in honor of this Eagles touchdown. I don't know how Heath Sherman stayed upright. He broke away from Andre Collins. Here is the extra point. Spotted, kicked, up, good. 7-3 Birds.
Very impressive to come back after the Redskins go on the board. The Eagles come right back and match them with points.
Top them with points.
Top them with points.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 7, the Redskins 3, and the Eagles Football Network. 10:26 to go in the first half. It's 7-3 Eagles, and the Eagles preparing to kick off to the Redskins following a brilliant run by Heath Sherman for the touchdown. Deep for the Redskins, Brian Mitchell in the middle. To Mitchell's left. Heisman Trophy winner Desmond Howard. To his right, Ricky Irvins. Eagles did not cover the Redskins well on the kickoff to begin the game. Redskins brought it all the way out to the 46-yard line. Eagles are going to have to do a better job right here. 7-3 Eagles. 10:26 to go here in the half. Fans really into it, as you would expect. Here is the kickoff by Ruzick. It's high. It's end over end. Mitchell takes it at the 5, starts to the 10, comes to the 15, and he is buried short of the 20. And that is great special teams coverage. Izell Jenkins and James Joseph racing downfield to make the hit. And Ephesians Bartley in there, too. You know, you can copy the bottle or can, but you can't copy what's in it is the best. Try regular and diet decaffeinated Snapple iced teas. Delicious flavors such as peach, mint, and cranberry. Snapple iced teas made from the best stuff on earth. First and 10 Redskins. That special teams play has to fire up the defense. Slot to the far side. Now Gary Clark splits to the near side. Single setback for the Redskins, as usual. First and 10 at the 17. The handoff goes to Biner across the 20, 25, being chased by Booty and tackled all the way up at the 31-yard line as Ernest Biner picks up 14 yards.
Okay, New Orleans is beating Buffalo 6-3 in the first quarter. Cleveland's beating Houston 7-3 second quarter. The Rams have kicked a field goal, and the Rams are now beating Green Bay 10-0 in the second quarter. Phoenix has beaten Indianapolis 10-0 second quarter. Cincinnati over New England 14-7 first quarter.
First and 10 for the Redskins, moving right to left. The line of scrimmage, their own 31 and a half. Slot to the near side. Gary Clark split to the far side. You know, Rippon wants to go back to him. On a delay, the handoff goes to Biner, strolling forward, gets the yardage right up the gut of the Eagles defense and takes it to the 37-yard line. Ernest Biner with a pickup of 6 right there. Eric Allen and Rich Miano make the stop, but there was a gaping hole in the middle, Stan.
When the Redskins had their drive for the field goal, they were averaging 6 yards per carry on first down. Eagles have to stop that first down running play.
2nd and 4, Washington. Same formation, but this time the slot to the far side of Rippon's right. Clark to the near side. On 2nd down and 4, Rippon with a short drop, looks left, looks right, going over the top, going deep, has a man in stride and running all the way down is Ricky Sanders for a touchdown.
Broken play score for the Redskins. Rippon was looking for the quick hitch on the left, went back to the quick hitch on the right. Clark just stepped running downfield. The Eagles were coming up. They were reacting to Rippon getting in trouble. Eric Allen looks like he left his man, and they go down to Sanders deep. But it was a broken play touchdown for the Redskins.
Well, that lead didn't last long. Didn't last 2 minutes. That was a 60-yard pass.
When Rippon got in trouble, Eric Allen was looking to come up and help out. And Sanders went deep.
62-yard pass play. And here is Low Miller for the extra point. It's up, it's good. And the Redskins lead 10-7. There is a timeout on the field with the score. Washington 10, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. At the 20-yard line on the kick return. And then the Redskins went right up the middle running the football, and then on a broken play, Rippon went 62 yards to Ricky Sanders, and the Redskins back in front 10-7.
And the reason that was a broken play was they were looking to throw the quick hitch to the near sideline. Rippon got in trouble. It was covered. So he went back to the other side. So the Eagles figured he was going to try to dump it off there. They came off their men. Sanders just went deep. Score.
Here is Low Miller's kickoff. High and not overly deep. Coming up and taking it at the 5 is Seidner. And across the 10, the 15, on his feet at the 20. Steps over a man at the 25. Penalty flag down. And Seidner is wedged out all the way across the 35-yard line. But there will be a penalty on the return. Ken Rose coming over and talking to the official, but it won't help.
Now, there was one of the Eagles tripped on the back of the legs of one of the Redskins, but that was about at the 15-yard line.
Number 32 on the return, 10 yards, first down.
They get the James Joseph for holding. But I was saying that was if that was the play, then that would be a bad call.
Well, there were sure a bunch of penalties of this nature last week in Seattle. 6 special teams penalties last week.
Okay, they're still scoreless in Pittsburgh. Minnesota and Pittsburgh playing as scorers. Rams beating Green Bay 10-7 in the second quarter.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. The football now at the 17-yard line. Back split. Fires in motion. On first down, it goes to Heath Sherman. Can't get outside. Dives forward and only has nothing to show for it. In fact, the play will lose a couple of yards as he scraped along the line of scrimmage, tried to get outside, but there were a group of Redskins waiting for Heath. He tried to reverse his field, and all he has to show is a 2-yard loss. Into an eye under. Receiver split. Cunningham flips it to Herschel Walker, who is caught at the 10. Cunningham with a quick fake to Heath Sherman, then flipped it to Herschel Walker, and as he took it, he was tackled by Shane Collins.
Okay, that play is set up off the touchdown play. It's a quick handoff. The Eagles scored on the touchdown, which was a quick handoff to Heath Sherman. The outside linebacker, the outside defensive end, Shane Collins, closed down. So what you do is you make the quick fake to Heath Sherman, and you do the little pitch. This time Shane Collins wasn't closing down. He closed real hard on the touchdown play. This time he didn't, and the Eagles wind up losing yardage.
And the Eagles now have a 3rd down and 17 back at the 11-yard line. Shotgun, double wing. Cunningham back. He steps forward. He lets it go, and it is intercepted at the 30-yard line by Brad Edwards. Intercepted by Brad Edwards at the 30. The pass was intended for Calvin Williams. Brad Edwards stepped in front of him at the 30-yard line and has the game's first interception, and the Eagles are in trouble.
Randall forced that. The man was well covered. Brad Edwards was covering Calvin Williams the whole way. Bad decision to throw the ball. The Redskins had good coverage. Throw it away. Punt the ball.
There's a timeout on the field with the score. Washington 10, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. The first 7 remaining in the first half. Cunningham has made his first big mistake in the game, throwing an interception. A.J. Johnson was the man who picked it off. And the Redskins have a 1st and 10 at the Eagles 30. In motion, Sanders. Now Middleton, the tight end, splits wide to the near side of the field. Redskins in Eagles territory at the 30. Rippon with a short drop. He backs up. He loops it. It's intercepted by the Eagles. And lateral, a line penalty flag down. Forget the lateral. It was intercepted by Seth Joyner.
Forward lateral. The penalty flag's going to be a forward lateral.
But it'll still be post possession, and the Eagles will have the ball back.
Okay, the Eagles had a little bit of a problem adjusting to Middleton splitting out. When he adjusted out, the Eagles never adjusted with him. So Rippon, the Eagles were in a bad. No, it's against the Eagles. Look at this.
Wait. It's got to be on the lateral.
I would think so, but now they're holding up the offense there.
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. That's when the flag went down.
We have an interception. Interception on a play. Following the interception, there was an illegal forward pass. Number 59, 5 yards, first down.
The fans are not happy. Stan, take a look at the replay and tell me what you think.
Sure. Good call.
At any rate, 1st and 10, the Eagles have the football at the 19-yard line. Considering the alternative with the Redskins down at the Eagles' 30-yard line, the Eagles are in great shape. Eagles trailing 10-7, 6:59 to go here in the first half. Byers in motion. The backs are side by side. Cunningham hits and passes off. Breaking tackle as Heath Sherman up across the 30 up to the 33. Cunningham on a quick opener to Heath Sherman, and Heath picks up 13 quick yards. Got away from Kurt Govea. Brad Edwards made the stop.
Quick hitting play to Heath Sherman. They ran it for the touchdown. They came back and tried to fake it to him and pitched to Herschel Walker. It didn't go, so they come back with the quick hitter, and Heath has a good run.
He's having a good day, including a 21-yard touchdown. 10-7 Redskins. Eagles have a 1st and 10. The ball up at their own 32-yard line. Slot to the far side with Walker in the slot. Again, they go back to Heath Sherman, and this time for very, very little. Picks up 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles Football on the classic rock station 94 WISP Philadelphia.
That brings up a 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. The ball on their own 34. Big play for the Redskins was a 62-yard pass play from Rippon to Ricky Sanders that came on a broken play after the Eagles had gone ahead. The Eagles 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 34. Cunningham is back. He's looking, goes over the middle and completes it to Byers. And Byers is pulled down up close to the 40-yard line, pushing and shoving for every inch he can get. Had the short reception, tried to escape, but Danny Copeland hung on Keith Byers and dragged him down at the 40. You know, Stan, as I'm watching some of these plays develop, Randall seems to have Herschel Walker open on a screen with some cushion between him and the defender. 5:10 to go here in the first half.
They haven't tried a screen yet.
No, they haven't. 3rd down and 2. Shotgun. Double wing. Walker standing in the backfield next to Cunningham at his left. Cunningham takes it, drops back. He's looking. He starts to run. He fires, and it is almost intercepted, incomplete, intended for Herschel Walker at the 40-yard line, and it was broken up by Wilbur Marshall.
Okay, the Redskins are leading 10-7. You look at the possessions. The Eagles have gotten the ball at their own 22, the 1, the 21, the 15, and the 19. Because they can't pick up first downs, the Eagles have given the ball over to the Redskins at the 46, the 40, the 45, the 18, and the 30.
Here's Fiegel's punt. High, wobbler. Ryan Mitchell takes it at the 20, starts up the center of the field, hemmed in and dropped. Penalty flag down also. William Frizzell made the tackle. Let's see about the penalty.
Somebody leaving early.
On the Eagles.
No, legal procedure. Somebody moved. Redskins will probably decline. See if they make him kick it again.
Well, they may. Redskins didn't get much of a return.
Illegal formation on the kicking team, right side of the line.
Yeah, but
too far off the ball.
You could be inside the 20.
First down.
That was Jeff's second 41-yarder. And the Redskins have a 1st and 10. The football back at their own 26. We have 4:40 to go here in the first half. 10-7, the Redskins lead. Redskins took the lead 42 seconds into the second quarter on a 30-yard Low Miller field goal. Eagles came back, took the lead with a 21-yard Sherman run, and then Rippon to Sanders regave the Redskins the lead at 10-7. 1st and 10 Redskins at their own 26. On first down, it's a running play to Biner. Gets outside across the 30, the 35, up across the 40 to the 45, but a penalty flag thrown down very early. And let's see about this. Boy, is Biner running on the Eagles defense, but fortunately for the Eagles, it's a holding penalty against Washington.
A lot of times that when that referee, the back judge, calls it, it's usually holding against the tight end. Minnesota and Pittsburgh still scoreless. Rams beating Green Bay 10-7. Cincinnati over New England 14-7 in second quarter. Phoenix over Indianapolis 10-0 second quarter. Cleveland beating Houston 7-3 second quarter. And New Orleans is beating Buffalo 6-3 second quarter.
This will bring the football back to the 15. This certainly has not been a great first half for the Redskins. 4:31 to go here in the first half. Still Washington 10, the Eagles 7. Redskins with a 1st and 20 back at their 16. Seth Joyner has the Eagles interception. The Eagles have yet to come up with a sack on Mark Rippon. They've been buzzing around him a few times, but they haven't gotten to him yet. Slot to the far side. Gary Clark lines up to the near side on Otis Smith. Rippon slips it off again to Biner, but this time only for a couple as he comes across the 15 and takes it to the 17. Reggie White and Seth Joyner in on the tackle. Line of scrimmage just inside the 18-yard line with 3:54 to go here in the half. Second down and 18. Eagles with 5 defensive backs. In motion, Ricky Sanders. Rippon rolling to his left. He's setting up. He lets it go and completes it to Art Monk up across the 25 at the 27. Art Monk, who has now had receptions in 147 consecutive games, picks up yardage to about the 27-yard line where the Redskins will have a 3rd down and 7. Now they spot it closer to the 29.
Green Bay has come back and scored 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. The Packers now lead the Rams 14-10.
10-7 Washington. Important 3rd down for the Eagles defense with under 3 minutes to go in the half. 3rd down and 7 Redskins. The ball at their own 29. Rippon back pedals. He's looking, still looking. He fires and completes it to an open Ricky Sanders at the 40-yard line.
Redskins had excellent pass protection. They just balled the Eagles rushers right up in the middle. Nobody even came close. And that's what Sanders' 5th catch for over 100 yards.
Already. One, of course, came on a 62-yard touchdown. 2:24 to go here in the first half. Redskins by 3. Low-scoring game. Art Monk this time split to the far side. Mark McMillan faces him. Ricky Sanders in motion. Rippon being chased. Sacked. Seth Joyner. Seth Joyner got to Mark Rippon inside the 30.
But Carson knows he's got a banged-up secondary, so they really haven't blitzed. You have to use it as supplies. You got to drop back people, linebackers, to help the secondary. And then he surprises them.
Joyner got him there, and with every Eagles sack, $500 will be donated to the Eagles Fly for Leukemia by Bryn Mawr Sports Medicine. There's the 2-minute warning with the score. Washington 10, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network. Eagles defense has made a couple of big plays. Actually, Seth Joyner has had both of them. An interception and the Eagles' only sack. And here are the Redskins in a second down and 21. The ball on their own 29. Clark split to the near side. Monk to the far side. Sanders in motion. Rippon spins and hands the football off inside, and being tackled is Brian Mitchell. Came up to about the 34-yard line, and he is brought down there. And the Redskins will have a third down confronting them. Eric Allen and Seth Joyner make the stop.
40 seconds.
Eagles take a 40-second timeout with 1:53 remaining here in the first half. Redskins have a third down and 15. Scoreboard-wise, the game that, well, the two games you care most about. Minnesota and Pittsburgh are still scoreless in the second quarter. Green Bay leading the Rams in the second quarter, 14-10.
Have converted 2 of 5 third down opportunities into first downs.
Single setback, 3rd and 15. Rippon back. He steps up. He throws. He completes it. It's juggled. And breaking tackles is Brian Mitchell picking up a first down. He caught it about 5 yards shy of the first down and then ran. There wasn't an Eagle around to make the tackle. Picked up yardage to the Eagles' 48.
Once again, good pass protection.
17-yard gain. 1st and 10 Redskins from midfield. Rippon back. He floats it out to Mitchell at the 45, and he's tackled by Mark McMillan as he comes to the 43.
Mark Schlereth out in front on the screen play, gets a good block on Byron Evans. Redskins take the timeout to stop the clock.
Stan, on the previous play, on the first down play, the play that picked up the first down with that 17-yard gain, Redskins had a 3rd and 15, and the Eagles weren't any place around Brian Mitchell to make the stop. It's one thing giving him cushion. You wonder how he gets. Remains in as the single setback. Slot to the near side with Ricky Sanders inside the slot. Handoff goes to Mitchell, and Mitchell comes to the 39-yard line. He will be very close to a first down. We'll see about the spotting.
3 years ago in the Monday night game when the Eagles just decimated the Redskins quarterback, Brian Mitchell was a quarterback, so he can throw if he has to.
3rd and 1. Again, the handoff to Mitchell, and he picks up the first down. Stutter stepped at the line of scrimmage and picked up the first down at about the 37. He is very close to Low Miller field goal territory. 42 seconds to go. Redskins have a 1st and 10. The ball at the Eagles' 37. Receivers split. Back goes Rippon. He's looking. He's sacked back at the 40. Reggie White's got him. Reggie White with the sack. Clock ticking, and the Redskins will take a timeout. With every sack, $500 donated to the Eagles Fly for Leukemia by Bryn Mawr Sports Medicine. And the Redskins killed the clock. And that wasn't smart by Rippon, who was already in field goal territory, was sacked back at about the 41-yard line.
I don't think he saw it coming. I think he was going back. The thing was, now they were double teaming with Ed Simmons and Mark Schlereth. What Bud Carson did was he walked up Seth Joyner over Mark Schlereth. Schlereth can't then go out and double. He's got to honor that Joyner might come on the blitz. And that allows Reggie White to work one-on-one against Simmons.
That's Reggie's 13th sack of the season. Clyde Simmons leads the Eagles with 16 and a half. Reggie White is next, and he has 13. Redskins have a 2nd down and 14. They have 1 timeout remaining. They are outside the Eagles' 40. Redskins leading by 3 at 10-7. Again, Brian Mitchell remains as the single setback. Rippon dropping again. He's pumping. He goes over the middle. Completes it to Middleton, who takes it all the way down to the 31-yard line. Clock ticking. 24, 23.
See, I think Rippon should take his time out there. You're going to waste 10 seconds getting everybody organized.
16 seconds. Redskins in a 3rd down and 5. 12 seconds. Rippon back. He lets it go. He completes it, and being tackled and pulled down with 5 seconds, 4 seconds inside the 25, and now the Redskins kill the clock with 4 seconds left. Ricky Sanders caught the pass, and the Redskins will have a makeable field goal. They were out of range on the sack, but they got back into it, and a makeable field goal opportunity for Chip Lohmiller.
See, last week the Eagles did this. You use your timeouts when you got to get 11 guys down the field to line up. You don't let everybody hustle. You take your timeout then. You can always stop the ball very easily by throwing the ball into the ground. Rippon not taking the timeout on the previous play when they completed it, he would still be sitting there with maybe 10, 11 seconds. You maybe get another shot at the end zone, then settle for the field goal. So they waste the timeout. Worst thing to do is to save a timeout to get your offense on the field. You should be able to settle to that by just, running up and killing the ball.
Ball will be spotted at the 31, so it's a 41-yard attempt for Lohmiller, who has now made 9 straight. Ball is spotted. The kick is away, and the kick is good. He's made 10 in a row, and as time expires, the Redskins have a 6-point lead. That's the end of the first half with the score. Washington 13, the Eagles 7 on the Eagles Football Network.
Had jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but the Packers have scored 3 straight touchdowns to take a 21-10 lead. But Pittsburgh has taken a 3-0 lead on a field goal to beat Minnesota, beating Minnesota in the second quarter. It's Pittsburgh 3, Minnesota 0 in the second quarter.
But the best thing the Eagles can do is take care of business right here at the Vet. Here is the kickoff by Lohmiller. It is a line drive that bounces once in the end zone and then out of the end zone. So they'll bring it back to the 20-yard line where the Eagles will begin the third quarter drive. Stan, the Eagles have been able to move the ball successfully, but have only 7 points to show.
Yeah, it's been the running game that, you can't fault the running game because they've picked up their yardage. Heath Sherman's had a couple good runs. Herschel Walker, a couple good first down runs. But once again, they're not sustaining the drive down the field. And then one big play they got was Fred Barnett, and then they scored off of that.
First and 10 for the Eagles, moving left to right here in the third quarter. The backs are positioned in the eye. Byers the man in motion. On first down, it's a running play to Walker. Cuts back inside, comes across the 25 up to the 28-yard line. Herschel Walker with 8 yards on his first carry of the second half. Andre Collins and Brad Edwards make the stop.
Getting back to what I was saying, that the Eagles are running the ball. There it is on first down, an excellent run. I think they got to start thinking deep. At least 35-yard passes, a couple 35. They did it twice. One they completed to Fred Barnett and went on to score a touchdown. And they only tried one other one when they were backed up on their own goal line to Barnett, and it fell incomplete.
Second down and 2 for the Eagles at the 28. Slot to the far side. This time the back side by side. On a quick opener, it goes to Heath Sherman, and he picks up the first down. So Heath Sherman, affectionately called Teen Wolf by his teammates. They say, feed the wolf, feed the wolf. Let's give Heath the football. Eagles fed him once in the first half, in which he took the football and with tremendous balance raced 21 yards for the Eagles' only scoring play. First and 10. Eagles up across their own 30. Back split. Now Byers split to the far side. Slot to the near side. Out of the slot, Calvin Williams in motion. Now comes back to the near side. It's Cunningham. Takes his drop. Sidearms it. Out to Barnett along the sideline. And he is wrestled down up at about the 36-yard line. Darrell Green makes the stop.
I'd like to see a first down pass for 8 yards. I think after thinking about the first half, I think the Eagles want to make this a shootout, high-scoring game on offense. You want to start putting a lot of points on the board. Rippon's a quarterback who struggled. Make him put the ball up a lot in the second half, and you'll get a couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions.
Second down and 4 for the Eagles. The line of scrimmage, their own 37. Slot to the near side. Williams in motion. Back side by side. Cunningham is going to race. He's across the 40, at the 45, midfield, 45, 40, and Randall Cunningham runs out of bounds at the Redskins' 38-yard line, chased out by Brad Edwards, and Stan, that looked like a design run for Randall from the beginning.
The only thing was, with the running back misses the handoff, and then they go back the other way. That was a good fake. Good fake. What happened is I see Herschel Walker looking back, and I thought maybe usually that determines whether it's a broken play or not. And then Randall gets out, but the two guards pulled out to the far side of the field. Baldinger and Eric Floyd, so they were running downfield in front of Randall.
That was a 24-yard gain by Randall Cunningham. 1st and 10. Eagles at the Redskins 39. Slot to the near side. Single setback. Double tight end. Handoff goes inside. Breaking tackles. Heath Sherman on his feet across the 30 and down to the 26. It was feed the wolf time once again, and Heath Sherman with 12 more yards.
Keith Byers comes from his tight end position as a wingback and then comes down and makes an inside trap. Heath Sherman takes it. I think out of all the running backs the Eagles have, Heath Sherman is the fastest out of his stance to the line of scrimmage, taking a handoff and hitting the hole.
He's got 8 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10. Ball at the Redskins 26. Eagles driving, trailing 13-7. Cunningham this time goes back to Heath Sherman, steps over a man, falls down, gets up, and then comes back down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd down. Well, actually, they say he lost about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd down at about 11. Tim Johnson there. There was nothing for Heath Sherman there. 11:14 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles trailing the Redskins 13-7. Line of scrimmage, the Washington 28. This time a slot to the near side. Byers wing to the near side of the field. Single setback, Heath Sherman. Cunningham turns, says something to Sherman. Randall backs up. He's looking, still looking. He's floating it for the end zone for Calvin Williams, who leaps, has it, touchdown! Cunningham to Calvin Williams, who came back for the football, went into the air and snared it for the go-ahead touchdown.
Calvin Williams is running against Brad Edwards, the safety, and A.J. Johnson. There's double coverage on him. The pass is a little bit short. Calvin Williams actually stops. The two Redskins, Johnson and Edwards, overrun the ball, and Calvin Edwards catches it. He doesn't catch it clean because the ball's bobbled, but as he's going down, he secures it. But he stops, and the Redskins overrun it, and he catches it kind of between his legs and his hands.
He did. All right, here is Ruzick for the extra point, which would give the Eagles their 2nd lead. Spotted, kick, up, good, Eagles lead. That was some catch by Calvin Williams. He came back for the football. He juggled it and really did catch it between his thighs as he was going down. There is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 14, the Redskins 13 of the Eagles Football Network. And so is that offensive line. And are those two things ever connected? Cunningham is really throwing well. He is 9 for 14, 110 yards and a touchdown. Here is the kickoff by Roger Ruzick. High, short. It is going to be taken by Desmond Howard, and he slips away from a couple of people and comes across the 25 up to the 28-yard line.
3rd quarter scores. Packers score again. They're now beating the L.A. Rams 28-10. Pittsburgh beating Minnesota 3-0 in the 3rd quarter. It's Cleveland over Houston 7-3. New Orleans over Buffalo 13-3. Phoenix over Indianapolis 10-3. Those are all 3rd quarter scores.
10:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles on top by a point at 14-13. And it's time for the defense to do something again. Single setback. On 1st down, Rippon on a short drop, fires an out pattern and completes the pass for a 5-yard gain to Gary Clark. Ran a sideline out, caught the pass at about the 33, hit immediately by William Thomas, and the Redskins will have a 2nd and 5.
That's the play, the quick hitch out, that I thought the Redskins would try to use, at least test Mark McMillan going against Art Monk because of the size differential.
Slot to the far side with Sanders inside of Monk. To the near side, Clark. 2nd down and 5. Let's see if they go back to Biner. They do, and Biner picks up about 2.5 or 3 off the right side as he comes across the 35 up to the 36 or 37. Harmon and Pitts make the tackle. And carries for 60 yards. Third and a long yard for the Redskins. Slot to the far side. In motion, Ricky Sanders. Rippon's going to throw. Here comes the blitz, and he still completes it against the blitz to Ricky Sanders up at the 42. Rippon beat the blitz as Ricky Sanders ran a crossing pattern, and an off-balance Mark Rippon got the ball to him.
That's the side adjustment. As soon as Sanders saw that the Eagles were blitzing, he just broke his pattern off to the sideline. Rippon just threw the ball up in the area, and they pick up a first down. Nice call, good execution. Seth Joyner was there. Second game is, they always say, a game of inches.
First and 10, Washington. Ball at their own 42. Under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles up 14-13. Again, the slot to the far side of the field. They use the 3 wide receivers and on a delay. Give it to Biner. Running room up the middle, almost 8 yards this time as he stutter steps his way up the center of the field and picks up yardage to midfield. Pitts and Joyner in on the tackle, but not a good enough job against the run by the Eagles defense, who is struggling with that aspect of its game all afternoon. They spotted at the 49, just on the Redskins side of the field. Second down and 3. Redskins moving right to left here in the third quarter. Same formation. Slot to the far side. Rippon's right. Ball yard shy of midfield. Rippon's going to throw. He's going down the near side for Clark. Incomplete. Otis Smith broke it up. Gary Clark running with Otis Smith down the near sideline, and the pass was broken up by Otis Smith, who had an interception for a touchdown last year in the final game of the season against the Redskins.
Otis Smith does a nice job staying stride for stride with Clark, and then at the last second he just steps up, puts his hand up, deflects the ball.
Rippon is 14 for 20, 175 yards. Third and 3, and the crowd starting up. Slot to the far side. The ball at the Redskins 49. In motion, Monk. Rippon on third down. Looks right. Still looking. Dumps it. Has a receiver over the middle. It's Biner across the 30. Biner diving down at the Eagles 26. There was some pressure on Mark Rippon, but he managed to find his way clear and hit Biner over the middle. Reggie White and Andy Harmon were buzzing around them. Miano and Smith made the ultimate tackle, but that's 25 yards right there.
Seth Joyner comes over to see Biner. Now, he's got him in coverage, but Seth Joyner's starting to look to see where he's going to go to get Rippon if he's forced out of the pocket. Biner just moves away from Seth Joyner. Rippon finds him for a big gain.
7:10 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles leading by 1 point, but the Redskins driving again at the 25. Rippon setting up, firing. It's incomplete. It's intercepted by William Thomas. It was deflected and intercepted by William Thomas. So that is the second interception by Rippon today. He tried to go over the middle.
It was telegraphed all the way. He's throwing right into the zone where it looked like Sanders was hooked up, and then somebody made a deflection. The ball
Maybe Paint Classic Rock 94 WISP.
Eagles at their own 19 following the interception. On first down, the handoff goes to Heath Sherman, and he picks up about a half yard, and that is it. Scraped along this line of scrimmage, ran to his left, but Tim Johnson was there with Andre Collins to stop Heath Sherman, and the Eagles will have a second down and 9, the football up at the 20. Redskins certainly moved the ball against the Eagles defense, but the interception kept the Eagles from allowing the Redskins to regain the lead, at least for now. Second down and 9. Cunningham splits his backs, splits his receivers. Ball at the Eagles 20. Now the things are out of sync, and the Eagles will get a procedure penalty as they were jumping around, and it's got to be illegal motion against the Eagles.
false start.
You know, Snapple's all natural beverages are a big hit with any sports fan. So second down and 14. Slot to a near side. Now Byers split as a wide receiver to the far side. Ball at the 15. Williams in motion right to left. Cunningham, short drop, fires an out pattern wide of Fred Barnett. Incomplete. Randall threw before Fred made his turn, and when he did, the ball was still thrown very wide of Fred Barnett. And the Eagles will have a 3rd down and 14 at their own 15. That went off target.
I don't know why he rushed it.
He had plenty of time.
He was like a little bit of a little sprint, half sprint, and he just gunned it out there and it wide and short. Roy Green in the game now.
Haven't thrown towards Roy Green today, but he still has a knack for getting open. It's a shotgun double wing. Byers in the other slot to Cunningham's left. Randall with Walker to his right. Takes the deep snap. Steps forward, pumps. He's going deep down the far side of the field. Incomplete. And there is a collision and no flag. Intended receiver was Barnett, and he collided on the far side of the field, I think, with Brad Edwards.
Inadvertent. They're running along and then they get their feet tangled up. That used to be pass interference, but no more.
Or Darrell Green. Here is Fiegels to punt, standing at his own goal line. Deep man is Brian Mitchell. Fiegels gets it away. It's coming to the near side of the field. It is caught, juggled, and there's a fight for the ball, and I think the Eagles have recovered. The Eagles have recovered near midfield. And now a penalty flag as a fight breaks out.
Brian Mitchell should have fair caught the ball. He had Eagles all around him. When he put his hands on it, he doesn't make it clean, and then he gets hit. And I think one of the Eagles fell on it. We haven't gotten the official signal yet.
It is an Eagle on top of the football.
You're going to have a penalty, which might move it back. No telling what's going to happen there. It is for the Eagles. Ask the ref making the signal.
I think it was Frizzell or Heath Sherman. I think it was Frizzell.
James Joseph makes the hit, looking at the replay, and then it's Heath Sherman comes up with the fumble recovery.
Heath Sherman or William Frizzell, one or the other.
Recovered by Philadelphia after the play. Unsportsmanlike, number 20 of Washington, 15 yards.
Oh! William Frizzell on the fumble recovery. Well, the Eagles get a big, big break. Fumble recovered by the Eagles. Unsportsmanlike against the Redskins. Let's see where they spot the football. At the Redskins 35.
Brian Mitchell made a mistake. Good coverage on the part of the Eagles. It wasn't a great kick. Kind of shanked a little bit.
5:43 to go in the third quarter, of the Eagles leading by a point. 14-13. 1st and 10 at the Redskins 35-yard line. And is this a big opportunity? Cunningham just coming back on the field.
The referee wants to reset the 25-second clock. Eagles catch a little break there. Eagles catch a break there. Randall was over talking to the sideline when they started it up.
Now here we go. 1st and 10. Slot to the near side. Sherman a single setback. The give is to Sherman. Up the middle for 2, maybe 2.5. Things getting very physical throughout the entire play, and then some. 2nd down and 8. The tackles made by Buck and Gouveia.
Eagles offensive line has done a good job pass protected. The Redskins have yet to record a sack.
Officially, they are giving the fumble recovery to Heath Sherman. 2nd down and 8. The ball at the Redskins 33. Back split. Byers in motion. Cunningham straight back under a rush. Steps forward. He's going to run. He cuts to the outside across the 30, across the 28, and Cunningham diving out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it at about the Redskins' 27-yard line.
And when Randall got near the sidelines, Wilbur Marshall came up, and he had a shot at him. Wilbur Marshall was in a position to make a tackle at the 28, 29-yard line, and Randall stiff-armed him and then stumbled forward to pick up 4 yards. That's a heck of a play because Wilbur Marshall's a good tackler.
Third down and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. 4:33 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles on top 14-13. Shotgun. Slot to the near side. Cunningham gives off to Walker. Walker is going to be dropped in his tracks. Cunningham out of the shotgun gave off to Herschel Walker. It was not Walker's fault. The Redskins smelled that one out from the beginning, and they were waiting for Herschel Walker. Eagles trying to run it, but they are still within makeable field goal range for Roger Ruzick. Won't be a chip shot. The Eagles kneeling at the 36. So here is Ruzick with a 46-yard attempt, trying to give the Eagles a 4-point lead. Rogers' first attempt of the game. Here we go. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. And the kick is no good. Wide left. Did not hit it well. Kick fluttered to the left. And there is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 14, the Redskins 13, and won at 14-13. And Stan, they missed out on a real good opportunity to add to that lead.
I don't know, 45-yard field goal, big game. You got to make that. You got to make that. That's, I think Ruzick, somehow there was a snap problem, Eagles, whatever happened. You got to get a better kickoff than what they did.
1st and 10 Redskins, again with a 3 wide receivers, single setback. Redskins have been running the ball well. Again, the handoff goes to Biner, and this time he is brought down at about the 31. Redskins have run so successfully against the Eagles in this game. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification on the Eagles Football Network.
You're listening to Eagles Football on 94 WYSP Philadelphia.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 Biner has carried the football 13 times for 71 yards. 4 on that carry. 2nd down and 6. Line of scrimmage just inside the 32. Again, the slot to the near side or Rippon's left. And again, the handoff to Biner. And Biner picks up 3 more yards as he takes it across the 35 and takes it up to the 36 or 37.
Updating the scores, Green Bay is beating the Rams 28-10 in the third quarter. Pittsburgh holds on to that 3-0 lead over Minnesota. Cleveland's beaten Houston 14-3. New Orleans over Buffalo 13-10. Cincinnati over New England 14-7. And it's Phoenix over Indianapolis 10-3. Those scores all in the third quarter.
Here we go. 3rd down and 2 for the Redskins. The ball on their own 36. Slot to the far side. In motion. Art Monk. Rippon's back. He's hit as he throws the football. Incomplete. Penalty flag down. Eric Allen almost picked off the pass. Is it holding against the Redskins? It may be. Let's see. Holding Redskins.
Decline it.
I think the Eagles will decline it and force the Redskins to punt rather than give them another opportunity. And, of course, that is what they will do. Reggie White was coming in on Mark Rippon.
Number 63 of the offense. Decline. 4th down.
In the punt is Kelly Goodburn. What a time this would be for a big Sikahema return. Should have an opportunity right here. Vi standing inside his 20. Goodburn standing at his 21. Fourth and 2. Here's the punt by Goodburn. It's a good, deep driving punt. Sikahema backs up, takes it at the 8, starts at the center of the field, up to the 15, breaks away from one man, but not the 2nd and 3rd as they corral him up at the 16-yard line. So Sikahema with 8 yards on the return. 150 to go, 151 to be exact. That was a 55-yard punt by Kelly Goodburn. And there's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles hanging on. 14-13 of the Eagles Football Network. Point 14-13. That was a good defensive series. So now the Eagles begin at their own 16-yard line. Cunningham with a single setback. Heath Sherman, the double tight end. In motion, Maurice Johnson. Cunningham hands off to Heath Sherman, who barrels his way forward for about 3.5 or 4. The attendance, 65,841. Govea and Wilbur Marshall in on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Stan, the Eagles have not been able to score and then come back and add to it. 2nd down and 6. Last time they had the football, they moved down to the Redskins 30. Slot to the near side. Byers in motion from right to left. Cunningham backpedals. He looks for Byers. He finds him and completes it for a 1st down at the 28. Cunningham to Byers, and that was a beautifully thrown ball and a nicely run pattern by Byers. Cunningham really put the ball on the money.
He looked at Byers initially on the play, and then he came off of Byers because he was covered. As Byers kept working in his pattern, then Randall goes back to him, and then as Merrill said, he throws a bullet. Straight line, a rope to Byers.
Andre Collins hanging on Byers to bring him down up at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Again, a slot to the near side of the field. Byers in motion off the wing. It's a pitch to Sherman. Tries to get to the outside. Cuts back. Comes across the 30, the 35. Sherman to the 36.
Great cut by Heath Sherman. The play's designed to go outside. Wilbur Marshall's the linebacker who's trying to fill. Heath Sherman waits to see where Wilbur Marshall commits. Wilbur Marshall commits to the outside. Heath Sherman shoots it back to the inside. Wilbur Marshall scraping off.
And with the crowd on its feet, we are heading for the 4th quarter. There's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Eagles hanging on, leading the Redskins 14-13 on the Eagles Football Network. It's time for a 7-Eleven coffee break. Fresh ground, fresh brewed 7-Eleven coffee. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. We begin the 4th quarter, and the Eagles lead the Redskins by a point in this very, very important football game with a playoff berth at stake. The Eagles on a 2nd down and 3, moving right to left. The ball at their own 35-yard line. Sherman the single setback. Slot to the near side or Cunningham's left. Again it's Sherman up the middle. He breaks a tackle. Then another on his feet at the 45. Sherman to the 47. Heath Sherman over 80 yards for the day. It is truly Heath Sherman's show today.
How he ever got through there, looking at it, 2 guys come down from the outside, a linebacker. 2 guys get shot, said Heath Sherman from the side, and he just finds the hole and he just runs through the tackles.
Brought down by Copeland and Edwards. He broke away from Andre Collins and Kurt Govea. This time, Walker back in the game. Back split. Hand off to Sherman. Off right tackle. Again breaking tackles and slashing for 8 more. They can't shut down the Wolf. Feed the Wolf. And Heath Sherman takes it to the 45.
The Rams have kicked the field goal, Green Bay, but holds on to that lead, 28-13. And it's still in the 3rd quarter where Pittsburgh's beating Minnesota 3-0.
Danny Copeland is shaken up. They tried to bring down Heath Sherman and paid for it. For the Eagles at the Redskins 45. This time the back's in the eye. Byers starts in motion. Cunningham gives it to Sherman, who fumbles it. Fight for the football. The Eagles retain it. I think the Eagles get a break on the fumble recovery as Sherman dropped it, and getting up with the football is Ron Heller. Boy, did they get a break as it bounced through 3 Redskins, and Heller is close to a 1st down as the ball bounced forward. Sometimes you get the bounces, sometimes you don't. Byers is signaling 1st down.
Looked like there was a problem on the handoff between Randall and Heath Sherman. Sherman never had control. They're measuring now for 1st down. You have to wonder, Heath Sherman, and one thing they say is he fumbles a little bit. You wonder if Kotite goes back to him.
He's got it. That is the one negative in Heath Sherman's past. A tendency at times to fumble the football.
Like to see Kotite give it back to him right now. Bang.
1st and 10, the ball at the Redskins 43. We've played a minute and a half of the 4th quarter. Eagles leading by 1 point. This time the backs are in the eye. Receiver split. Byers in motion left to right. Cunningham gives to Walker. Walker for about a yard and a half, maybe 2. Byers slow getting up. Gouveia and Buck in on the tackle. Let's see where they spot it. It'll be 2nd down and close to 9. Redskins' Danny Copeland is still on the sideline. Todd Bowles, the former Temple star, playing in his place. Now Copeland back in. Copeland is back in. 2nd down and 9. This time the back side by side. Cunningham fakes. Cunningham rolls. Cunningham slides down at the 43. Again, this time Randall, I think on a design running play, faked and sprinted to the left, but the Redskins were there to cover it.
It was designed all the way because he had the offensive lineman, Brian Baldinger, going downfield. They ran it for a big gain in the 3rd quarter on the first series they had in the 3rd quarter when it went down the field and scored.
Not that time.
It's a big 3rd down right here.
Cunningham with Roy Green in the slot. Shotgun. Byers to his right. Walker to his left. Line of scrimmage to 43. Cunningham back, looking, firing, complete the Barnett inside the 25, and he's down at the 23. Cunningham on the mark to Arkansas Fred. Brad Edwards makes the stop, but the drive continues as the crowd responds.
Randall Cunningham takes it in shotgun. He's looking downfield. Darrell Green had to come off of Fred Barnett to take Herschel Walker short. And when he did that, they threw the ball in front of A.J. Johnson. Nice play on the part of Kotite. Bring Darrell Green off of Fred Barnett.
Barnett has 3 receptions, 59 yards, and the Eagles have a 1st and 10. The ball at the Redskins 23. Single setback. Heath Sherman takes the handoff, tries the middle, pushes and shoves his way down to about the 21. You know the play where Cunningham just started to run to the outside and was trapped in the backfield? That is registered as a sack, and that is the 1st sack against the Eagles in this game.
Even though it was a designed running play all the way, because the quarterback's caught behind the line of scrimmage, it is a sack.
2nd down.
Officially, we won't give it to them.
We won't, but they will.
So still no sacks.
2nd down and 8. Slot to the far side of the field. Again, Heath Sherman, the single setback. Eagles up by a point. 10:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cunningham is back. He's looking, still looking, being chased, and that is a sack back at the 30-yard line.
Bad sack. Now you got to kick a 47-yard field goal if you don't get anything.
Andre
Throw
Collins.
it away.
He's got to throw that one away.
Throw it away.
Collins
Throw the ball into the stands. Too many sacks being taken.
I think his original thought was to screen to Heath Sherman, and that
but if they read it and they got people over in the flat, throw the ball over the back's head into the 3rd row, and don't put your field goal kicker down. Now you got a 47-yarder.
Shotgun, flanked by Walker left, Byers right, slot to the near side. Cunningham back. He's being chased. He throws on the run, and a diving reception incomplete. Diving down at about the 15-yard line was Barnett. Couldn't come up with it. The ball underthrown, and it will be a long field goal attempt for Ruzick.
So that should be a 37-yarder instead of a 47.
But this one with the wind at his back. Roger the Hero a week ago in Seattle as he ended the game with a winning field goal in the final second of overtime. Here he is with a 48-yard attempt. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. It's got the distance. It's no good. It's wide right. Had plenty of distance, but it was wide right. There's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 14, the Redskins 13 on the Eagles Football Network. 9:59 to go in the 4th quarter. Eagles lead still 1 point. Let's take a look at the Sports Authority scoreboard.
Okay, we have the big game out in Green Bay. Packers beating the Rams 28-13. In Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter, Pittsburgh over Minnesota 3-0.
First and 10 for the Redskins. The ball at the 30. Rippon to throw on first down, completes it to Clark for 3, but he's hit immediately. McMillan comes up and sticks him.
Continuing with the Sports Authority scoreboard, New Orleans over Buffalo 16-10 in the third quarter. Cleveland over Houston 14-3 third quarter. And we have Cincinnati beating New England 17-7 third quarter. And Phoenix and Indianapolis are all tied at 10 apiece in the third quarter. And that's the Sports Authority scoreboard.
They give them forward progress close to the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 6. Slot to the far side. Single setback. Biner has been running well. And they go to Biner again, who goes right up the middle for another first down up to the 41-yard line before Byron Evans grabs him around the ankles and pulls, but not before Ernest Biner adds 4 more yards to his total, or 5 more. And on the day, Ernest Biner has 15 carries for 81 yards. Under 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles have had opportunities, but have not converted. Missed 2 field goals. On first down, Rippon is back again. He's loading up. He's pumping. He's going deep down the right side. Out of bounds as Monk makes the call, makes the catch. McMillan is on him. Monk goes up and takes it. Eagles are angry for some reason. I think they're complaining that you can hear Rich Miano screaming towards our sideline microphones. I think they're complaining that Monk pushed off.
I didn't see it, but McMillan was down on the ground and Monk's trying to make the catch, and Rippon throws it so Monk can't get his feet in bounds.
It'll be second and 10 for Washington. Football on their own 40. 8:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. 14-13. Eagles on top. Slot to the near side of the field. Monk to the far side. Rippon drops. Has time. Now he doesn't. Being chased. Being sacked. Simmons and Harmon. Give it to Clyde, I think. All the way back inside the 30 at the 28. For Clyde Simmons, who I think will get credit for that one, that would be 17.5. And with each Eagles sack, $500 will be donated to the Eagles Fly for Leukemia by Bryn Mawr Sports Medicine.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Redskins come back with a deep pass to test McMillan again. If Rippon throws the pass right, Art Monk would have had the score, and we're starting to get a few snow flurries.
Third and 21 for Washington.
Confetti.
Third and 21 with over 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Brian Mitchell in the backfield. Rippon backpedals, dumps it off. He has Mitchell at the 30, the 35, and Joyner bangs him out of bounds well shy of the 40. And Stan, did you see the Eagles defense come off that ball? They almost were offside. They got such a good charge.
Reggie White was moving fast. Byron Evans reads the screen, gets over there. Doesn't make the tackle, but absorbs 2 blockers. Doesn't give Mitchell a chance to break out.
Here we go, 4th and 14, Redskins to punt. Sikahema to return. Goodburn standing inside his 25-yard line. 4th and 14. Eagles leading by a point. 7:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. The punt is a line drive. Sikahema comes up, takes it at the 28. Starts right at the 30, at the 35-40, 45, midfield, 45-40, 35-30. Sikahema pushed out of bounds at the Redskins' 25-yard line. And you know what? There aren't any penalties. There are no penalty flags on the field.
You can see the wall was set up. Sikahema takes it. The Redskins converged on the center of the field. And you can see that Sikahema was going to make the wall. He gets down the sideline. Then he gets caught from behind. But the Eagles return team does an excellent job of setting up the wall.
But Stan, at some point, the Eagles are going to have to take advantage of this field position. 7:25 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles need points. They're up by 1 point, and you know it's not going to hold up forever. 47-yard return. The back's in the eye with Sherman in front of Walker. On first down, the give is to Walker. Up the middle, slashing his way down close to the 20. Herschel Walker close to 5 yards on that carry. Andre Collins and Brad Edwards on the tackle for Washington.
Since Heath Sherman fumbled the ball, the Eagles have run it 4 times, 3 of them going to Herschel Walker and not to only 1 to Heath Sherman. I think you got to go back and give the ball to Heath Sherman. He's your hot back.
2nd down and 6. Line of scrimmage the 21. 6:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. Eagles up by a point. The back split. Receivers slotted to the far side. Cunningham's right. Randall is back. He studies. He looks. He's rolling, and he's going to throw it out of the end zone. Incomplete.
You see Eric Floyd clapping his hands. Eric Floyd, the right guard, turned around and clapped his hands to see Randall throw it. Going back to that one, you just can't take a sack. That sack that that the Redskins got on Randall in the last offensive series was strictly the quarterback's fault.
Even 3 points right here are big, because that gives the Eagles a 4-point advantage. That means the Redskins have to score a touchdown.
Minnesota has just come back and kicked a field goal to tie the game. It's 3-3 in Pittsburgh between the Steelers and the Vikings.
Shotgun, slot to the near side of the field. 3rd and 6 at the Redskins 21. Cunningham back. He's looking. He's still looking. He's rolling. He's throwing it out of the end zone. Incomplete. Penalty flag downfield, and let's see about this.
You might get Andre Collins for holding Keith Byers, which will be an automatic 1st down. Andre Collins holding Keith Byers.
Number 55 in the defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
And once again, my large friend in the booth picked up the penalty immediately. Automatic 1st down with 6:29 to go here in the 4th quarter. Right now, the last thing in the world these 47 Eagles care about is what Minnesota is doing or what Green Bay is doing. They want to take care of business by themselves, and they have a golden opportunity to do that right here. 1st and 10. Ball at the Redskins' 16-yard line. A touchdown here would be enormous. The back split. Walker right. Sherman left. On 1st down, it goes to Sherman. Cuts inside the 15, takes it down to the 14. Gouveia and Buck make the stop for Washington. As Cunningham trots over to the sideline. Checks with the coaches. Trots back to the huddle. 2nd down and 8 as we head to the 6-minute mark. A touchdown here would be very, very difficult for the Redskins to overcome. Slot to the near side. Backs open. Barnett wide. Williams in the slot. No motion. 2nd and 8. Randall takes his drop. He surveys the field. He looks. He drills it. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Calvin Williams. Barnett along the baseline. In and out of the hands of Barnett as he was running a crossing pattern at the absolute deepest part of the end zone.
He's got to make that catch. That's 6. You don't get it any better than that. He doesn't get it any better than that. He throws it right there. That ball's right there going into the post.
It was a great pass.
Maybe Calvin Williams deflects it a little bit when he jumps up for the hook. But the ball's in Barnett. I thought he was throwing the post. He might have been throwing the hook.
You have to make it. 3rd down and 8. Into the shotgun. Double wing. Byers in motion. Now comes back to the near side. Cunningham fakes. He's rolling. He floats at the Byers. Byers at the 10. Byers at the 5. He has a 1st down. Cunningham to Byers, who was a few steps ahead of him. Randall led Byers, and he took it down to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5 with 5:39 to go.
Does a good job of running Monty Coleman, trying to keep up with Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham just outruns him. He's got to contain on the play.
Byers
Randall
is shaken up.
him.
Byers is shaken up, tried to go back to the huddle, but he'll limp off, and James Joseph will come in.
Just ask for the timeout. Just not ask for a timeout. Just stop the clock. You're not under 2 minutes.
1st and goal at the 5. Walker, the single setback. The give is to Walker off the right side. He can't get any place. They stack him up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Let's see if they give him penetration to the 4. They do.
No telling what's wrong with Keith Byers, but they're working on him down around his ankle, his calves.
4:50 to go. 4:49, 4:48. It'll be second and goal from the 3.5. Now Herschel Walker comes out. Cunningham looking over to the sideline.
Letting all the clock run down.
8 seconds on the play clock. 7 seconds. 6, 5. And the Eagles will take a timeout.
First charge, timeout. Philadelphia, timeout.
4:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. There is a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 14, the Redskins 13 on the Eagles.
Game, stay tuned for the best classic rock from 4 decades on 94 WISP.
4:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead the Redskins 14-13. They have a second and goal from the 3.5. And to put this whole thing in perspective, you might say that the Eagles are 3.5 yards from the playoffs.
Right, touchdown. Touchdown just finishes off the Redskins because they need 2 scores. Field goal doesn't hurt them.
They break the huddle. Everyone in tight. The backs side by side. Sherman left. Sherman goes in motion. Cunningham rolling. Cunningham still rolling. He fires. Complete down at the 1 to Heath Sherman. He is at the 1-yard line.
Clock continues to run.
It'll be third down and a yard. 3rd and 1. Cunningham looks over to the sideline again.
I hope they don't line up in I formation.
3rd and goal. It is a full yard. A little too far, perhaps, for a quarterback sneak. No I formation. The backs are split. Cunningham. Now the Heller may have moved. Let's see who it's against.
One of the Redskins moved and was across the line of scrimmage when Ron Heller all of a sudden started to move.
Prior to the snap, number 73 the offense. 5 yards. Still third down.
Whoa.
Boy, you talk about tension. You can feel it. 3:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Eagles leading by 1 point, and that will back them up to the 6. Mistakes, they can hurt. You got to think Randall rolling someplace. The back split. The receiver split. Here we go. Williams in motion from right to left. Cunningham is back. He's looking. He throws it out of the end zone into the seats. And the field goal unit comes on.
Threw it away. Fred Stokes is coming up on him. They just threw it away not to take the sack.
Here we go.
See, that's the play you don't mind taking the sack. That's the play because you're still within field goal range. That's when you hang in there to the very end. When you're 35 yards away, you don't take the sack.
Here we go. Eagles kneeling at the 14. 24-yard attempt for Roger Ruzick. Got to make this one. Got to make this one. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. The kick is good. And the Eagles lead by 4.
With 3:35 left to play.
And there's a timeout on the field with the score. The Eagles 17, the Redskins 13 on the Eagles Football Network.
If you think that once you buy a car, you're on your own, Cadillac would like to set the record straight. Every Cadillac comes with Cadillac owner privileges. The unmatched
WISP. The Dole and Zeppelin cars. All on the classic rock station, 94 WISP.
3:35 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles lead by 4 at 17-13. And tell the truth, you didn't really expect that you were going to sit back and relax and just kind of cruise through those last 3.5 minutes, did you? You knew that before this thing was over, you were going to chew your nails and watch your hair turn white, because it's all part of being green. Here we go. Ruzick to kick off with 3:35 left and a 4-point Eagles lead. First things first, and they need good coverage from the special teams. Here we go. Ruser approaches the football. The kickoff is high. End over end. Mitchell takes it 2 yards deep, fumbles it, goes after it, picks it up, being chased and tackled by James Joseph inside the 10.
Brian Mitchell's going to wear the goat horns. He's the man that didn't make the fair catch when the Eagles recovered the fumble, and now he bobbles the ball at the goal line, picks it up at the 2 and brings it out to what, the 11?
The 9. Inside the 10. Pick up tomorrow's Daily News for total coverage of today's game, and don't forget the Eagles pull out every Friday during the season. The Philadelphia Daily News that's going to surprise a lot of people. 3:25 remaining. 1st and 10 Redskins at their own 10-yard line. Eagles lead by 4. The defense with a big job. Back goes Rip into his own goal line. He fires and diving for the football and making the catch is Gary Clark out across the 20.
To help Ed Simmons on Reggie White, the Redskins keep in their tight end, Ron Middleton, to help out.
3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Redskins cannot use a field goal. They must get a touchdown. The slot to the near side or the right. In motion, Middleton. Rippon rolls that way and then shovel passes the ball, and coming up across the 30 is Ernest Biner. Little shovel pass, but that will pick up close to another 1st down.
Nice call. Eagles were in a big pass rush. Rippon looks like he's going to roll out of there. And he throws a little shovel pass.
They spotted inside the 30, so it's actually 2nd down and about 2. And on a delay again, they go to Biner. Biner comes all the way up across the 35 up to the 37, and then bursts forward for some more yards up to the 40. This will take us to the 2-minute warning.
He picked up 6 yards on 2nd effort.
Or let's see. Redskins haven't lined things up yet. 2:05, 2:04. Rippon may get off another play. 2:01. He gets the ball. He's back. He steps forward, goes over the middle, dropped. Incomplete by Biner. Biner dropped it, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So take a deep breath. There is the 2-minute warning with the score. The Eagles 17, the Redskins 13 on the Eagles Football Network. Take them 17-13. They have their biggest offensive challenge. The Redskins have a 2nd and 10 at their own 40. The Redskins are in possession of all of their timeouts. The Eagles have 2 of theirs. For the Redskins, 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 40. Eagles going with nickel coverage. And motion Clark on 2nd and 10. Sanders in motion. Rippon takes a deep drop. He dumps it to Middleton, who's tackled by Eric Allen up at the 47 or 48. Clock continues to tick. 147, 146.
Redskins have all their timeouts.
Line of scrimmage, they spotted at the 48. 3rd and 3 for Washington. Single setback. And the handoff goes to Ricky Irvins, and he's not going to pick up the 1st down. The Eagles stop him shy of midfield.
This is where the Redskins should take a quick timeout here. The clock is running. You're 23.
A minute and 20.
23. You got 3 timeouts. What are you saving them for?
It's 4th down
now
for the Redskins.
Now he saves it. They lost 7, 6, 9 seconds. They lost 9 seconds. If you're going to go a running play, you got to tell the referee as soon as they lost 9 seconds.
They went to Ricky Irvins, and the Eagles stopped them.
I can't understand people that save timeouts. You don't bank them for next week. You can't bank them. I mean, as soon as you try a running play and you see you're not going to make it or you're going to make it, you should be calling timeout with 1:23 left and you're playing behind. You got 3 timeouts. What are you saving them for?
You're right.
Because you might not run the ball again.
Stan, it'll be interesting to see what the Redskins do right here, because they only need about a yard, even less than a yard for the 1st down. On the other hand, if the Eagles stop them, this game is over.
Now you got to take another timeout because you're going to be running the ball again.
A minute and 17 to go. Or are they going to be running the ball again? You never know. Single setback. They may throw for it. Rippon is sneaking. I don't know. I don't know.
Close.
We're going to wait and see.
Now the head linesman and the line judge both run up on the side of the 50 that Rippon needed to make. But let's see where they spot it. Measurement. Now if the ball is on the 50, the nose has got to be over the 50 in order to pick it up.
Well, the nose is over the 50. This is going to be it.
Redskins offense is staying out there. They think they made it.
They stretch the chains. He has it.
By just about half a football. About the length of the football.
1:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Eagles by 4.
Redskins catch a break since they had a measure. The clock was stopped.
Redskins have 2 timeouts remaining. Rippon is back again. He loads up. He fires and completes it to Irvins along the sideline, breaking tackles. Finally brought down at the 32. A minute and 2 remaining. Clock stopped.
Rippon gunning that over there.
They're at the 32-yard line, 31-yard line.
Redskins using maximum protection, sending 3 receivers out, keeping everybody else in to protect the quarterback.
What a finish. A minute and 2. Redskins set their offense. Irvins the single setback. In motion, Ricky Sanders. Rippon is back again. He's looking. He's gunning. He's starting to run. He's across the 30. He leaps, and down he comes at the 22-yard line. The clock will run. He doesn't get out of bounds. Clock ticking, 48, and they kill the clock.
Mark Rippon pulling a Randall Cunningham. Goes
Miano
up in the air over Miano. I see that should be hurdling. They don't call quarterbacks for hurdling. Rippon actually kicks Miano right in the face mask.
Redskins have a 2nd and 1. 48 seconds to go, and they are down to their last timeout. But they are going to get a couple of shots at the end zone, that's for sure. You know that. Redskins picking up a first down by inches.
1 timeout remaining for the Redskins. That means they run the ball here. They're going to have to use up their 3rd timeout because you're just going to waste 30 seconds. The Eagles will take forever to get off the ball.
There's no reason for them to run the ball here.
To get the first ball, they have downs.
They have several downs to go. It's only 2nd down.
It's a 4-down series, right?
So it's 2nd and a yard.
Redskins have 1 timeout remaining.
Here we go. Slot to the near side of the field. Crowd whooping it up. Rippon is back. He's looking. It's deflected. It's incomplete. Deflected by Clyde Simmons with 43 seconds to go. What do you have with the Steelers and the Vikings?
Still tied at 3 apiece, the Steelers and the Vikings. 18 seconds left in that game, and it's tied at 3-3. So they're going into overtime, it looks like, in Pittsburgh.
Here we go, 3rd and a yard for the Redskins. Irvins the setback. Rippon under center. Sanders in motion. Rippon sneaking for it and picking up the first down, but will have to use his final timeout right here with 35 seconds to go.
Joe Gibbs says if I go for the pass on 3rd, I got to come down and run the quarterback sneak. So he shows the 3rd down passing formation, runs the quarterback sneak so they get it without a doubt. Now he's got his 4 downs with no timeouts for the touchdown. But it doesn't really matter because a field goal doesn't help him. He doesn't need to get the field goal team out so he can use up his timeout. Now you're at the 20-yard line. You got 4 downs.
This is it. This has been unbelievable. You talk about a nerve-wracking experience. This is it.
Now the Eagles are in a tough position here. because they can't funnel everything in. Usually when you start playing nickel and prevent, you try to funnel everything in from the sideline so the clock keeps running. But down here, if you funnel everything into the sideline, the guy just might, everything into the center of the field, the guy just might be able to run in for a touchdown.
But they've got to put the great pressure on Rippon. They can't give him a lot of time or he'll find somebody. Slot to the near side of the field. Lone receiver Gary Clark to the far side. Rippon is back. Rippon is setting. Gunning low. Incomplete. Wanted Irvins over the middle. Byron Evans took his drop and the pass is incomplete with 32 seconds left.
Bad pass by Rippon. He threw it behind and low over Irvins.
Line of scrimmage remains the 20.
They went to the back, being covered by a linebacker down the middle.
32 seconds left. A field goal does the Redskins no good. Eagles lead 17-13. The season on the line. Sanders in motion. Rippon back. He steps up. Fires for the end zone. Diving incomplete. Off the fingertips of Gary Clark on the far side of the end zone. And I thought he was going to make it, Stan. I thought he was going to make it.
Gary Clark made the dive. It looked like the ball was in his hands. Might have been just off, but I think he could have pulled it in. Minnesota kicks a field goal to win the game against Pittsburgh. The final in Pittsburgh, the Vikings 6, the Steelers 3. The Minnesota just pulls it off.
Which means that if the Redskins win this game, all that can happen to keep the Eagles out of the playoffs is a Packers win next week. So the Eagles have to stop them. Everything on the line. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Here goes Rippon. He's floating it for the end zone. Incomplete. With 21 seconds left for Gary Clark.
And we're down to 4th down.
This season is down to 4th down.
Here it is.
Because should the Redskins win, if the Redskins win this game...
In this situation, would you rather be on the offensive team or the defensive team?
In this situation, I'd rather be in the broadcast booth.
Where would you rather be in this situation?
On the defensive
I'd
team.
rather be on the defense.
Here we go.
I wouldn't want to be on the offense. A lot of pressure.
This season is on the line. This is it, ladies and gentlemen.
And you'll hear the results with the crowd.
The season on one play from the 20. Eagles up by a point. Rippon back. He steps up. He fires. He's got Irvin at the 10. At the 5. He's tackled. The clock ticking 12, 11.
They got to stop it. They won't
9,
get it off.
8.
They're never going to get this play off.
They're not back yet. 7, 6.
They
5.
stopped the clock to adjust the chains at 7. They stopped the clock to adjust the chains at 7.
Here we go. 6, 5, 4. Rippon blangs it down with 2 seconds to go.
I think the Eagles just got a tough job on the clock. They stopped the clock at 7. Rippon killed the clock. It's coming down to the one play. But that should have been a little bit more tough clock. Tough clock that they waited that long to stop the clock to get those chains adjusted. You don't have to actually set up the chains. All you have to do is get somebody down there to mark it and then start the clock again. You can't be taking your time on the sidelines. The referees, the chain people.
So forget the time.
All that one referee should do is go over there and mark his foot so they come over.
This game stands on this play.
Here it is, though. But it would have been close whether they got it off or not, but here it comes.
Here we go. The last play of the game. Rippon under center. Sanders in motion. Rippon rolling. Being chased. Firing. It's incomplete. The game is over. The Eagles win. Eric Allen breaks up the final pass.
Eric Allen dives in there.
Eric Allen dove in there.
And they're going wild.
They are going crazy. The Eagles are in the playoffs. It couldn't be more dramatic. It couldn't be more dramatic. The Eagles make the playoffs by beating the Washington Redskins 17-13.
Rippon had the receiver open. Eric Allen dives in, and knocks the pass down. If Eric Allen doesn't make contact with the ball, it's going to be 6. He had him hooked up. Eric Allen.
Heath Sherman had a great day, but the Miller Lite Eagles player of the game can only be Eric Allen, who saved the game on the final play. Eric Allen, the Miller Lite Eagles player of the game, as the Eagles beat the Redskins 17-13, and I know you love it. This broadcast presented by the authority of the National Football League and the Philadelphia Eagles through 94 WYSP-FM and Infinity Broadcasting Corporation, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the description and account of this game without the express written consent of the National Football League, the Philadelphia Eagles, and WYSP is prohibited. What a day, what a game, what a season. And yes, there is a postseason for the 1992 Eagles as they beat the Washington Redskins 17-13. We'll be back with more, I think, on the Eagles Football Network.
Keith Byers, Randall Cunningham getting together on the sidelines, and then Randall Cunningham on the run, 24 yards.
A lot of this today, misdirection, counter bootlegs, get the flow of the linebackers out of the way who are normally responsible for stopping Cunningham's running game.
Cunningham from 28 yards out. This is just a terrific grab by Calvin Williams, who comes back to the football in the end zone, and it was 14-13 Eagles. Here comes Philadelphia's Vi Sikahema special teams.
Excellent job. In big, tight games, you expect good defense. And normally, Greg, it's whomever has the better special teams. This day, it belonged to the Eagles. Vi Sikahema down the sideline, 47-yard punt return.
And 1st and goal from the Eagles' 2-yard line with just 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's the final play by Mark Rippon.
Rippon semi-rollout is cut off. Stop, cuts, throws back to the inside. But notice, 3 Philadelphia Eagles, only 1 Redskin receiver, and that was Clark.
All right, so 4 teams now in the NFC playoffs: the Cowboys, the Saints, the Eagles, and the Minnesota Vikings. Let's talk about that last play and get the view of the playoff picture from the 2 guys who just called the action in Philadelphia, Pat Summerall and John Madden. Pat?
Well, as we said throughout the day, Greg and Terry, this is what it's all about. This is a heck of a football game.
You know, and then it got down to this play. It was a little roll. You see, he wanted to roll, and then he had to stop. He looked up, he found Gary Clark in the end zone, and watch Eric Allen just dive in front of him just as the ball gets there.
And if he doesn't get that hand in front of there, it looks like Redskin victory.
I know it, and if you watch here, you see Reggie White got up the field there, and that stopped Rippon from his roll. He wanted to roll and get outside, but he had to stop there. Then when he stopped, he saw the one guy in the end zone. It was Gary Clark. And Eric Allen came up with one of the biggest plays of his life.
Watch him come in at the last second here.
He had the right guy, he had the right read, and he threw him a knuckleball.
Yep. And so, the Eagles win at 17-13, back to New York.
All right, Pat and John, thanks very much. As you mentioned, we watched that ball from the end zone. It looks like someone touched the ball.
That ball would have been a touchdown because the velocity was taken off. When we looked at the replay from the end zone, it was deflected by the linebacker, or otherwise it beats the linebacker and gets in for the end zone. You see what Rippon saw, Clark wide open, but the linebacker touched it, slowed it down, and allowed Eric Allen to get in and get his hand on it.
All right, Terry, I neglected to say the San Francisco 49ers are also in the NFC playoff picture, and one of the new additions today, the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take you to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Vern Lundquist and Dan Fouts are standing by with a most happy coach, I would imagine. Vern?
Yes, Greg, I think that might appropriately describe how Denny Green feels. Congratulations to you, Denny.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, that was 60 minutes of football, and very proud of our guys.
Denny, can you tell us just how big that blocked field goal by Mike Tice was for your team?
Well, it was humongous simply because it gave us field position, number one. Number two, we had done so many things right but had not quite put it